Rich, thank you. A recent study found the #1 way women learn about mammograms is from their mothers. Grammy Award-winning artist, mom, and breast cancer survivor Sheryl Crow and radiologist Dr. Arlene Richardson joins us live via Zoom with the critical information about the importance of preventative care. Now, Ms. Crow, you were diagnosed with breast cancer when you were just 44. I mean, what is your message to people?
Well, when I turned 44, in fact, 6 days after my birthday, I had a routine mammogram, which I did not want to go to. I was totally healthy, had no background or no family breast cancer history. And I wound up following through with my mammogram, and lo and behold, I had invasive estrogen-positive cancer, and it was a real game changer. I would say I was extremely lucky because mine was caught so early. And my message to all women is, until we have a cure, early detection is our greatest weapon, and it can be a game changer, and it can also be a lifesaver. So I just encourage women over the age of 40 to follow through with getting your mammogram yearly from age 40 on, just making sure that you advocate for your own health.
I mean, you mentioned it right there. You almost missed that exam, and you're a mom. I get it. And, you know, Dr. Richardson, I'm sure you agree, sometimes you push it off because of life. You know, could you imagine what would have happened if you did miss that mammogram?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't even, I mean, it's too much for me to even think of. My life has really, since I've had breast cancer, has taken an incredible change. I do have 2 young boys. I do every year make sure I go, not just for me, but for them as well. I don't think about my breast cancer coming back, but I am on it. And I encourage all women, particularly after the pandemic, of women taking that year or even 2 years off to get back on the schedule. It's, you know, it's frustrating that we don't have a cure yet, but just in the time that I've had breast cancer until now, we've advanced in our technology. We have 3D mammographies now, which is, I mean, that's a huge leap forward as far as the false positives are concerned. For women who have dense breasts like I do, and most women have, the 3D mammography is, you know, it's miles better than the 2D. So, you know, it's a positive message, but don't put it off, women.
Yeah, Dr. Richardson, to bring you in, tell us a little bit about when women should really start getting it. I know Sheryl said 40, but what do women at home need to know about getting their mammogram?
What women need to know is that screening usually starts at 40 years of age. I would recommend every woman talk to their doctor to figure out when their risk is. If they're at a greater risk, they can possibly start screening earlier. But in general, women should start screening with the mammogram at 40 years old and get one every single year. I want to drive home the point that every year is important because, like Sheryl said, early detection is the key. The earlier you find the cancer, the more likely your chances are survival. So try not to go more than 1 year in between screenings and checkups to make sure you're as healthy as possible to increase your chances of survival. And also to talk about the 3D mammography, it is definitely a game changer, like Sheryl said, particularly in women with dense breasts, when breast cancer can be hard to find, and it can be picked up early with a 3D mammogram. So go and get your mammograms today, ladies.
Dr. Richardson, 40, is that more of a suggested number? Can you get it earlier? I know, for instance, my best friend, she's 30 and found out she had the BRCA gene and is taking steps now. I mean, what is your recommendation, especially if you have a family history?
I recommend that you discuss your family history with your doctor, and you guys can come to an agreement on when is the best chance to start screening. Some women can start earlier, like your family member or friend that does have the gene, but to really discuss those things with your doctor, because each woman is different, their risk is different, and the recommendation could change. And so earlier screening might be possible for some women. So talk to your doctor today about your risk to find out when you should start screening for sure.
Such an important message. And Sheryl, you know, something so courageous of you is you're actually talking about your journey with breast cancer through this a new documentary. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Showtime came to me with the interest of doing the story of my life, and I've been around for a very long time. And At first I had a lot of trepidation about doing a documentary, but actually once we got into it, I definitely feel like it was worth doing. There's a whole history to a person who becomes an artist that sometimes we don't know about. We don't know the struggles they've gone through, and particularly as a woman in my business, and really just as a woman in business in general, what we've seen through the years, how much it's changed and how much it hasn't changed. It's definitely a part of my story. It's not just all about the pop hits. So hopefully people will, if they watch it, will come away having felt something, having been moved, having been inspired. And it was a really good experience to make.
Yeah, reflecting on a piece of information that so many women struggle with. Mom, Grammy Award winning artist. I mean, it's just incredible. All right, Sheryl Crow, Dr. Arlene Richardson, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.